The G80 BMW M3, a car that I've had such mixed feelings about ever since the first time I saw one, much less driven one, and I've driven several at this point. But sometimes I find the more times I drive a car, especially different examples on different days and different conditions, different roads, different mods, my opinions tend to change for better or worse. So today I'm going to revisit the G80 M3, this particular example being a lightly modified competition xDrive, and see if my opinion about this car has changed. But the owner Julius has only done a few things to this: an active Autowerke midpipe and catted downpipe, MHD Stage 2 off-the-shelf tune, XHP Sutphin transmission tune, M Performance HAS kit, which I believe is just lowering springs, Millway monoballs, Vorshlag camber plates, and SPL adjustable tie rods. Just some basic suspension mods, some off-the-shelf tunes to make this car feel a little bit more engaging than it did when it came from the factory. It's powered by a 3-liter twin turbocharged inline-6, the S58 engine code, 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. We've got a ZF 8-speed transmission. It's a torque converter automatic, 4,000 pounds with the xDrive all-wheel drive system. So it's a big, heavy car, so much bigger than prior generation M3s. I did a full M3 generations comparison series a while back, where I concluded that the G80 M3 is by far the most technically impressive M3 of all time, but also close to the most disconnected. I actually gave the F80 M3 that title. The most nervous feeling, least confidence inspiring M3, but the G80 was right behind it. So let's see, with these basic mods to improve the overall feel of the car, if my opinion has changed. I can tell you right now, my opinion of the interior has not changed. It's a very high quality, nice place to be. Lots of carbon, leather. Love the 3-spoke Alcantara wrapped steering wheel with the carbon fiber paddle shifters. But I really dislike this widescreen tablet for the cluster and infotainment. Almost everything is on the touchscreen now, including climate controls, which I just really dislike. Cooled seats going though. Absolutely love that feature, and a fast daily. And for drive modes, we'll put it into M2, chassis, steering, brake, all in the most aggressive setting, engine as well, DSC and MDM. I never thought the S58 engine, or even the prior generation S55 for that matter, was a great sounding engine. But with an active Autowerke, downpipe, and midpipe, let's see if it's at least a little bit more musical. One opinion of mine has definitely not changed about this car, and that is that it's an absolute rocket ship. The M3 used to be this well-balanced, moderately powered, drivable on the street, kind of all-around sports coupe or sports sedan, but now it's become something a bit different. It's a supercar with 4 doors, and in competition xDrive trim, you have the confidence of all-wheel drive and the extra power. It's just so flipping fast. Put your foot down for 3 seconds and you're absolutely flying. But even though we have the steering in sport, it's very light, very quick, a bit nervous just off center. It's not a communicative steering rack, and unfortunately, even with the monoballs, the camber plates, the SPL tie rods, it's still a pretty dead steering rack. It's precise, but just so little feedback that I can't tell what the front end is doing. It's just so numb, but so fast at the same time, which makes it even more nerve-wracking because you look down and you're going at crazy speeds for such a heavy 2-ton sedan, but you don't feel like you're going fast at all. You don't feel much of anything. And that's my problem with this car. Quantity of performance is outrageous, but the quality of that performance in terms of the communication with the driver is very lacking. But as a daily driver, that's where I will give the G80 its props. It's comfortable, especially if you go with an aftermarket suspension solution. I think in stock form, some people might find it a little bit rough, a little bit too stiff, although I think it's fine. It's comfortable, it's refined, it's got a great interior, minus all the touchscreen crap, which is something you either love or hate. I happen to hate it. And you get all the creature comforts we have the cooled seats blasting right now. It's warm outside and I'm in perfect comfort. These seats that come standard in the M3 are very comfortable, not very aggressively bolstered. These are not the optional carbon-backed bucket seats. The 8-speed ZF transmission is smooth, it's quick enough. I wish it had a little bit more character. I personally prefer the older DCTs. You can feel the rear biased all-wheel drive system. This car will step out on you, which does add to the engagement level, I must admit. I do really like the way they tuned this all-wheel drive. But let's be real, this is too much power to enjoy safely on the street. I mean, the speeds we're going, second gear. Oh my God, it's just too quick. Capable, yes, but it's hard to enjoy this level of performance. And again, it's numb. I thought the suspension upgrades would help a lot here. And maybe they do help compared to a stock example if I drove them back to back. But still, I'm just not feeling much through this car. In the firmer steering setting, the weight is a bit better. It's a little bit more natural, but still you don't get hardly any feedback. And people have been saying the issue with the G series and even the older F series M cars in terms of the steering is that they give it so much assistance from the electric motor because they want you to be able to turn the wheel with just like one finger when the car is stopped. But that's what I've heard from multiple sources. The unfortunate consequence of that is that even at speed, it virtually removes any inkling of steering feedback. But I do remember driving another G8x M3 in Los Angeles and thinking that one was a bit better. Although it had MCS coilovers, it was a slightly different road. There are many variables at play here, but the thing in common between all of these G80 reviews that I've done is that I've always come away thinking, I wish this car had more feedback. I just feel so isolated from the road. There's so little noise besides the engine, which does have a bit of a synthetic quality about it. But all in all, it's a car that I respect a lot because it is so powerful, so grippy. The all-wheel drive system is so capable, and you can easily daily drive this. It has all the creature comforts. But as an M car, as an M3, looking at the heritage of where this car came from 2, 3, 4 generations ago, it doesn't quite capture the spirit of the M3 for me. Not saying it needs to be a Lotus in terms of feedback, but this level of disconnect is just kind of unacceptable to me. And it's why I chose not to go with a G80 M3 when I was in the market for a new dual duty daily and track car. I think my Integra Type S provides far more feedback. Yes, it won't do big skids on power, and this will. If you ask me, the best M3 generations by far are still E46 and E92/E90. They give the best balance of the analog feel and the refinement and usability that you'd want in a non-dedicated sports car. So let me know what you think about the G80 M3, competition, xDrive, rear-wheel drive, manual, automatic, whichever flavor you like. Is there anything you can do to actually solve the issue of numbness with the G80 generation? I have the same opinion of the G87 M2. This entire generation of M cars just doesn't feel quite right to me. Very fast, very capable, but just not the level of feedback and engagement that I personally want. Either way, a big shout out to Julius. Let me know what you think about the G Series BMW M3. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.